Hey guys, welcome to another exciting video. In this video, I will show you how to deal with user input and output data dynamically and efficiently. So let's begin. So let's begin by discussing about user input and why we need them. Involving user input in our program unlocks a whole new bunch of functionality for our program. It makes it more dynamic, interactive, and efficient. It dynamically changes its functionality in real time based on the user input because it is not possible to know what user wants. That's why we ask the user to tell our program what he wants and our program deal with it in a more dynamic way. This is all about inputs. Similarly, outputs have same issue, but it's opposite to what input have. To output something dynamically, we have to design our program in such a way that it completely satisfies what user wants as well as being efficient. So let's take a more deeper look at it. Alright guys, so I'm in my text editor. We will begin by writing a basic C++ program. First we include our header file, that is IOStream. Then we declare our main function, which has a return type of integer. So we return 0 at the end. Okay, just a quick tip here. As C++ is a successor of C, it has all the functions what C has, like printf, scanf, and all that functions, but it is not recommended to use here. What we have here is cout, which is recommended to use as a replacement for printf, and C in the place of scanf. But just to keep one thing in mind, that they are from the namespace standard. So to use any functions, any variable, any object from any class from a particular namespace, we define it by standard. We are just defining that we are using this function, variable, whatever from this particular namespace. So we do it by putting these two colons in between. So here we have cout. So how to give it argument? To give it argument, we follow each and every argument by this angle brackets. So each an argument like this, there should be one argument, then we write the second argument. Each and every argument is followed by two angle brackets. Just keep this thing in mind. So I will just give it a string, hello world. All right, let's test it. Okay, so it successfully prints hello world, but it gets quite tedious to write this standard each and every time we are using some function. So to get rid of it, we just define it globally by just writing using namespace standard. Simple. So now you don't have to write standard each and every time you're using any function from that namespace. All right, just save it. Okay, so let's spice up things a little bit by declaring some variables. I declare an integer a and give it a value like say 15. So how to print that? To print it, we just write directly the variable name. In C, we have to tell the compiler about what data type it is, so in what form we have to print. Like for integer, we have to specify %d, for character %c, and all that. But C++ compiler is smart, it prints it by default. But in case if you want to print a character, you want to print the ASCII value of a character, you have to typecast it, which we'll discuss in future. Alright, so we just write cout a, just compile and run. It prints 15. So what if I want to give a two argument? Let's say there is one character named C. Alright, C is equal to, let's say, x whatever. Okay, what if I want both to print but using the same cout? So what I will do is I will write just the variable followed by these angle brackets. Just keep in mind each and every argument is separated by two angle brackets. Just compile and run it. it prints 15x. Alright, that's what we want. But what if I want to print the ASCII value of this character? What I will do is just typecast it into integer. Let's give it a try. Look, it prints the ASCII value of x, which is 120. Alright guys, now let's talk about user inputs. How to take user inputs. We use a function called cin, which is similar to cout, which is used for printing, and we use cin for taking user inputs, and we specify arguments followed by angle brackets, same way we used in cout, but the only difference is we use is greater than angle brackets, and in cout we use less than angle brackets. Just keep this bracket convention in mind, because you might get confused when you write C and cout. Okay, so let's declare some variables. Age. Now we take input from the user about in the variable age, so I will write cin, then we use greater than angle brackets, and we specify the variable in which we have to take the input, which is age. Let's make it a little bit pretty by saying the user, enter your age. Okay, now we take the input in variable age. Now we print out his age. Cout your age is age. You can specify n number of arguments, but you have to separate them by this less than angle brackets. Okay, let's give it a try. Enter your age 18, and it says your age is 18. Alright, now let's learn another data type, which is called string, which is used to store a bunch of characters in it. Let's give it a variable name, which is the name. Okay, so how to take input in the string? It's same, you just write cin followed by these angle brackets, and you just write name. To make it look pretty, we tell the user what he has to input, because we have to tell the user about what our program wants. Enter your name, then we take the input, and in cout let's output as name, hello, then his name. Then we print the your age in another line by specifying end line character, which just puts the cursor to the next line. Okay, so let's give it a try. I will just run the program. Enter your name. Alright, curious, your age 18. Our program says hello curious, your age is 18. So that's how you take. Look how cool it is. It takes the input from the user and just outputs the data more dynamically. This is all about input and output. Hope you guys like this video. Hit the like button if you like it, hit the dislike button if you dislike it. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you.